All right, so there are some formulas for temperature conversion. To convert between, there are three types of temperature measurement: Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit. So we need the temperature conversions for those. All right, so there are formulas. So they missed in the notes for this part, so they're going to be at the end. Let me go ahead and write those down on the top of the page real quick. So the top two formulas are for converting between Celsius and Fahrenheit. And the bottom two formulas are for converting degrees Celsius and degrees Kelvin. Make sure you write down the formulas. I'll make one of your questions one of these formulas. Okay. So the first one converts from Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit's the input into Celsius. The second one converts from Celsius into Fahrenheit. Then I have from Kelvin into Celsius and from Celsius into Kelvin. Let's use these to answer the following questions. So I have a temperature in degrees Kelvin. I want to convert it into Celsius. So I want to go from Kelvin to Celsius. We're going to use this first, this column 1, row 2 formula here. C is equal to K, which is 200, minus 273. So it's negative 73. Negative 73 degrees Celsius. 200 Kelvin is negative 73 degrees Celsius. Kelvin measures from absolute 0, so it takes quite a bit, 273 degrees, just to make 0 in Celsius. Okay, now I want to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So from Celsius to Fahrenheit, it's going to use column 2, row 1, this formula over here. F equals 9/5 of 35 plus 32. We can throw that all into a calculator. So I have 9/5 times 35 plus 32. That gives us 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So 35 degrees Celsius is quite warm at 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I want to convert between Fahrenheit and Kelvin. I do not have a formula that goes between Fahrenheit and Kelvin, just Celsius and Fahrenheit and Celsius and Kelvin. So I'm going to have to use two formulas. First, I have to get my Fahrenheit into Celsius, then I can convert my Celsius into Kelvin. So Fahrenheit into Celsius, top column. Okay. Celsius is 5/9 of the Fahrenheit, 115 minus 32. Okay, so that gives us 5/9 of 115 minus 32, which is 46.11. And then Kelvin is the Celsius degree plus 273. So 46.11 plus 273. So 319.11. They've asked me to keep one place, but it's always good to keep two places in any intermediate steps. We're going to round that to 319.1 degrees Kelvin. In the last part, we're going to convert from Kelvin into Fahrenheit. So first I go from Kelvin into Celsius, then from Celsius into Fahrenheit. So the Celsius measure for 10 Kelvin, that's very cold, very close to absolute 0. 10 minus 273 is negative 263. Then the Fahrenheit measure will be 9/5 times the Celsius measure of negative 263 plus 32. 9/5 times negative 263 plus 32. Negative 441.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, very close there to absolute 0. So it's negative 441.4 degrees at 10 Kelvin. Okay. In the last one, example 7, converting with square or cubic units. If you're going to convert square or cubic, you may need to use the conversion factors twice or 3 times for those square and cubic units respectively. So we have an example here. We're going to deal with some geometry, some area, and some perimeter and some surface area or volume, I believe. So if we're starting with a roughly rectangular garden that is 8 meters by 2 meters, what is the area of that garden in square meters? Okay, I know the area is length times width. So in this case, it's 8 meters times 2 meters. So it's 16 square meters. Meters times meters gives me square meters. 16 square meters. Now I want to put in some landscape fabric over the entire garden to block the weeds from sprouting. Menard sells the fabric I want at 11 cents per square foot. So how many square feet do I need to buy? Okay, well, I know that I need 16 square meters, but they don't sell it in meters, so we're going to have to convert that to feet. So I'm going to convert 16 square meters into feet. Okay, one thing that you may want to do, instead of writing it as 16 square meters, since meters squared is meters times meters, is to write those 2 meters separately. I need to convert them each separately. That's why I'm going to use my conversion factor twice. I need a conversion factor between feet and meters. Let's see if I have one. Meters and feet right there. 1 meter is 3.28 feet. Meters are on top, meters are on bottom. 1 meter is 3.28 feet. Okay. That first conversion cancels out just one of the meters. If I stopped now, it'd be in this weird hybrid unit of meter feet. And I don't want to be in meter feet, I want to be in square feet. So I'm going to convert again, the same factor. 1 meter to 3.28 feet. That cancels off the other meter unit and puts us in square feet, feet times feet. So we have 16 times 3.28 times 3.28, giving us 172.1344 square feet. How much will this cost? Okay, so it's 11 cents per square foot. So if I write my units, that's 11 cents per. Remember that per is a division word, so it puts square feet in the bottom. If I multiply that by the number of square feet, 172.1344 square feet, over 1, then square feet will cancel, and the units I'm going to be left with are dollars, which is exactly what I want. How much will it cost? So I multiply across the top, I multiply by 0.11. Okay. The result I got was 18.93. It's going to cost 18.935. Even if I'd said 9347, they're going to charge you the extra cent regardless of the decimal place. So it's going to cost you $18.94. Now in part C, we want to put mulch on the garden to a depth of 5 centimeters. So the volume of the garden is the product of the length, width, and height. What is the volume of mulch needed in cubic meters? Okay. I already knew the other two dimensions in meters. This was 8 meters by 2 meters by 5 centimeters. I'm going to have to convert 5 centimeters into meters so I can get my volume in cubic meters. So 5 centimeters, convert that into meters. How many centimeters are in a meter? We look at your length. We know that 100 centimeters are in 1 meter. So I'm going to put 100 centimeters in the bottom and 1 meter in the top. So that's going to be 5 divided by 100 is 0.05 meters. All right, so if I do the product of the length, width, and height here, the volume is going to be 8 meters times 2 meters times 0.05 meters. So 8 times 2 times 0.05 gives us 0.8 cubic meters. All right. So that was the first part of this question, but the volume, 0.8 cubic meters. Now I'm going to convert my answer into cubic feet. 3.8 cubic meters. I already have the conversion between meters and feet up here from part B. Now I'm going to use it 3 times to get from meters cubed to feet cubed. Okay. 3.28 feet, 1 meter, times 3.28 feet, 1 meter, and again times 3.28 feet, 1 meter. Alright, so those cubic meters, 1, 2, 3, cancel out with each of those cubic meters and give us as a result feet, 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 or cubic feet. So multiplying 0.8 by 3.28 by 3.28 by 3.28 gives us 28.23 cubic feet. Oftentimes on products, you'll see that written as CUFT for cubic feet, just the English abbreviation versus the mathematical abbreviation.